bear on the solar sector for the last year. I'll pull the chart back and show you. So First Solar, obviously the best of breed in the solar stocks. Used to play when it was in the hundreds. I think I used to still buy calls up here. And then somewhere late summer last year, start figuring out that the solar sector is going to die, just like the dry shipping sector. And well, the coal sector died, but it came back. So I thought it was going to go all the way down to $5. Went down to $12. I thought it was just getting a lucky bounce. There was some decent news out, and I figured it was going to come back down. But then doing more research, I guess the last week and a half, I'm starting to believe in the recovery of the solar sector. So I'm very big into First Solar. I know it dropped last Friday. You can see this red candle here. It dropped like 5%. We were on the puts on. That kind of opened my eyes to it. I just think it's going to be like at $35, $40 in the next week or so, probably $50 as people start to cram into it, just like they're cramming into WLT, ANR, CLS, MCP. So something to look forward to. I'll have strikes and stuff on the watch list tomorrow morning. I currently, unfortunately, don't have any positions in it for this week. I did have 3150 calls last week. Those did pretty well. So probably looking at $35 calls at the open tomorrow. Second one I'm looking at, I usually don't play this, and I should have posted on here for Pinto, but Goldman Sachs, things I always look at here. We have the tight Bollinger Bands, as we'd call them. So trading very tight right here in a little range usually means there's going to be some kind of move to the up or downside. When I say some kind of move, usually a more drastic move. So we'll have on watch for that one. Obviously, I'm more of a short-term bull, so I would probably look towards 125, 130. Pinto could probably talk about that in a little bit before it's over. That's number two, and then well, there's two more charts. SAM was another one. You saw me post some due diligence around SAM. Obviously, if you enjoy beer, Samuel Adams is probably one of the beers that you see or have had or what have you. I'm not a big Samuel Adams fan in terms of beer, but in terms of its performance and things like that, it's been around a long time. And they came out with a revision to their outlook for 2012. So they raised their earnings guidance for 2012 as well as raised their depletion rates for 2013. And I learned about different sectors as things come my way. So depletion rate to me is just it's pretty much their sales. So they went from a estimate of 9% depletion rate to a 12 to 15% depletion rate for 2013. They did not issue any kind of change their EPS guidance for next year, but they did increase this year. So with that being said, obviously the stock went from 114, got halted, went open at like 128, 129. We had the calls on our watch list. Got the 135 calls for December at 50 cents. We still have those. They closed 75 by $1, something like that. It's a very low volume stock, meaning very illiquid. So the options aren't going to be a tight spread. So usually, if you want to be patient, you're going to have to get an order in it, in between the bid and the ask, and then do some praying. So I still have a feeling that this one's going to go. A couple of reasons why. The outstanding shares, well, the float is only 8 million. The amount of shares that are short are 2.9 million. So it's a 39% short interest, and the stock averages 90,000 shares traded per day. Obviously, we've had a anomaly here with the outlook revision, so that we had almost 1 million shares traded on Thursday, December 13th, and then this is December 14th here, 290,000 shares traded on Friday. I just have a feeling there's some folks that are on the wrong side of this trade. Also, if you look, all the analysts have a majority are sell or neutral rated on the stock. Even with this revision to the outlook, Goldman Sachs came out and kept SAM at a sell. So right now their target's 123. They raised it from 104. The stock gapped over that price target and then still finished higher on Friday. I just have a feeling they're on the wrong side of this. You have UBS, same thing. Their target's like 108, still sell-rated. The S&P, who do theirs, they're sell-rated as well. So their contention is that the news that came out with the revision doesn't give specifics to sales numbers, what brands sold well. There's a lot of cloudiness to the earnings revisions. So I guess that uncertainty does not give them reason to upgrade the stock. to me, the fact that it is almost uncertain, it's almost like uncertainty to the upside. I think it values the stock even higher, or potentially could. So not only that, we don't know 2013 revisions. So I really like this one. Even this week, I think if it gets any kind of volume, this thing could squeeze to 140 this week. And the 135 calls will be nice. We have 140s as well. We got those at 20, 25, and 40. So that's one to watch. But if it doesn't go the right way, the option is going to lose value pretty quick, and it's a very boring stock to watch because of the volume. So, you know, if it starts losing interest, the volume's not going to really be there. So it's not going to be a lot of fun to watch, and obviously it's not going to be a lot of fun for your account. So just another one to watch. And what else did I have on here? Oh, there was a memo in E-Trade, too, that they're going to do pre-market trades at 7 o'clock. I don't know if anybody else got that in their little account alert system. What else am I going to talk? Oh, E-Trade, FSLR, Goldman Sachs. Oh, obviously I still like Netflix. I think this thing will be over 100. Look at this chart. It's getting to the point, and I mean, it might spring load here, but you can see it's getting pretty near the top here. So it might test 100 soon. Maybe hold its ground unless there's any kind of news catalyst. So I don't know how much I'm going to be playing it this week to the upside, because you know me, I'm not one to bet against Netflix right now. So those are the 4 charts to watch. If you have any questions, pop them here, post them in the forum, post them on iHub. And also, just so you folks know, we got a new upgrade to the server, so it should be moving a lot faster. The website, and there'll be a lot of cool things coming out in January. Hopefully, we'll have some kind of performance tracker for some of the alerts and some other cool things that we're working on. So I'm going to switch it back to you, Pinto, if anybody has any questions. Hang on.
You got it, Bobber.
I guess.
Well done.
Hang on, I'm going to switch it up. Change presenter.